Hello everyone, TMMgamer here, bringing you some Olympia Rapesauce on Cracked. Now today, as I've already told you, I'm using the Olympia, I'm on Cracked, and my perk setup is Ghost, Sleight of Hand and Marathon. Now the Olympia is widely known as one of the worst shotguns in the game, and therefore one of the worst weapons in the game. It is very difficult to use because you only have 2 bullets, and the chances of you killing someone in 1 bullet is virtually nil. So the guy will quite often take the bullet, and then you'll have to get your second bullet on target for you to kill him. But sometimes you do come up with some absolutely unbelievable shots with this thing. It's such an unpredictable weapon. Every now and again you'll pull off something which is about to happen here and you get a collateral Olympia, but every now and again it will fail to kill someone in 2 shots. So it's a tricky weapon to get a gameplay with, but I think I've managed to get quite a good one here. It's a really close domination game. We come back late in the day to make a victory. I thought it was a very interesting gameplay for us to have in the background. However, unfortunately, today I'm not going to be able to talk much about the gameplay because once again there is another YouTube scandal in the air, and I think it's important that people know about it. Now, the latest one is YouTube video bumping. Now, the chances are you've never even heard of this, but basically it relies on some glitches in the sub box. Now, your subscription box works in a way that puts the most recent video at the top of the sub box, and as a video gets older and older, it slowly bumps down the sub box by new videos that come out. Now, there is a way and a technique that some YouTube channels and some YouTube commentators are using to continually bump their old videos to the top of the sub box. Now, I'm not going to name any names here, but if you just keep an eye on your sub box over the next few days, you'll be able to see a lot of the people who do this, and it's quite a wide array of YouTubers who do this. Now, there's a very good video explaining this by Ricky Chops and Ukrainian Limbs that I'm going to put in the video description, and I strongly recommend you to check it out. But the basic idea is, what will happen is, say a video is about 20 minutes old, a video will come out that's only just come out and knock it down, and then in about an hour's time a YouTuber will do a trick. I'm not even sure what they do, but what it does is it knocks their video back to the top of the YouTube box. So the video will be 4, perhaps even 5 hours old, yet YouTube will think it's only been out for 10 minutes. So it will immediately jump to the back of the box and knock videos that have literally and genuinely only been out 10 minutes further down the sub box. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, what does this actually mean? Is it really that important? Now, in some ways it is that important, because if you have a commentator who posts videos once a day, twice a day, perhaps even 3 times a day, he can dominate your sub box, so you never ever find videos from other commentators. Now, Muzafaza, who's one of my favourite commentators, put a video up about this yesterday. He regularly gets people comment on his videos saying, "You haven't put anything up for a while, why haven't you done that?" Muzafaza releases about 2 or 3 videos a day, but because of video bumping, people are not getting to see his content, and I think he's one of the best commentators on YouTube, and it's a crying shame that his videos are getting knocked down the leaderboard because of video bumpers. Now, in terms of like giveaways and stuff, that was a little bit dodgy, but at the end of the day it wasn't pushing so many people down the leaderboard. This is a deliberate and callous attempt to keep your content at the top of the YouTube sub box, and as a very small commentator, like I've got 48 subscribers I think at the moment, it's making it even more difficult for me to get noticed, and I really hope it stops very soon, because the commentators who do this don't need to do it. They've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, they've got a massive section of the community, and they don't need to bump their videos to be successful. And by doing video bumping, they are knocking down the channels, perhaps with only a few K subscribers, who are trying to grow, who are good enough to grow, but literally can't grow because of what these commentators are doing. Now, some people might say that they're only using the settings that YouTube have provided, and I agree the YouTube sub box is broken, but just because something's broken in your favour doesn't mean you have to exploit it. And I'm a little bit annoyed with this because I only found out about this morning, and I was looking at some videos last night with people who were doing this, and there were people commentating saying stop video bumping, and I had no idea what they're on about. But then I watched Muzafaza's video today, and it gave me a link to Ukrainian Limbs and Ricky Chops' video, and it really opened my eyes to it. And then I had a look at my sub box and I saw the guys who were doing it. I mean, I'm not going to call anyone out, because if I call someone out, then I'll probably miss another 10 or 11 people who are doing it. So there's not enough time for me to call everyone out. But just check in your sub box, and what you'll see is normally, if a video is legitimate, there is a number at the top of the video, a number at the bottom. That'll be 48 minutes. If it's a legitimate video, both those numbers will be the same or within a minute of each other. But what you see sometimes is you see the bottom number will be 5-6 hours and the top number will be 2 or 3 minutes. Now that is a perfect example of someone bumping their video, because it tricks the YouTube sub box into thinking their video's only been uploaded for 2 minutes when in fact it's been up for 6 hours. So have a look in your sub box and you will find someone. Now, it is right that YouTube is broken, and hopefully YouTube will fix it, but I feel a little bit disappointed that YouTube have to fix it, and that there are people out there who are quite happy to deliberately and callously exploit their opportunities to push people down the sub box. Now, YouTube is competitive. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm not saying people should all get around hand holding and hugging each other for some happy clappy peace world. But what I am saying is you should respect other people's content. And if someone works incredibly hard on a video and spends hours and hours on it, and it gets knocked down the sub box by an average piece by a bigger commentator just because they're bumping it, it isn't fair. Now, hopefully YouTube sort this out in a few days, but the speed that YouTube works, it's probably going to be a couple of weeks before this happens, because giveaways were going on for months and months before they were kicked out. So the chances are that this will still go on for a few weeks. But please look at your sub box, check out the commentators who are doing this and call them out. I mean, like I said earlier, I'm not going to call anyone out, because I have noticed at least 6 of the people I'm subscribed to doing it, and some people who I thought wouldn't go that low, to be honest. Some people, especially 1 or 2 guys who were some of my favourite commentators doing it. I'm very, very disappointed, but hopefully they'll realise the error of their ways and stop doing what they're doing. Because if that happens, then I don't think there's any problem with it. But if this continues to happen, then I can see people unsubscribing in droves, because it just gets annoying. There are commentators that I haven't seen videos for weeks, and I was legitimately thinking that they hadn't put anything up for weeks. But after finding out this and checking out their channels, I've found that they've put up 5, 6, 7 videos that I've missed, because other bigger YouTubers are just bumping their videos above their content now, so I'm just not seeing it. But hopefully, anyway, this will end within the next few days, and we can get back to content being the most important thing, which I reckon's been missed recently. Alright, another topic I'm going to quickly talk about now is the Billionaires Challenge. I'm not going to go into too in-depth in this, because I've got a dual com coming up in a few days, and we're going to be spending a lot more time talking about it. But if you're not really sure what it was about, the Billionaires Challenge was a 4x4 event where it had like an NFL style draft, where some of the big commentators, I think it was White Boy 7th Street, T-Mart, Wings of Redemption, X-Jaws, a few others, I'm sorry if I've forgotten their names, and what they did was they'd have an NFL style draft to pick 3 teammates, and then they'd go into a 4x4 tournament where the winners would get $10,000 in prize money. And I thought that was a very, very good idea on the face of it, but the draft had some controversy in it, and the first bit of controversy was the Billionaire hosts whipped out some sex toys and some vibrators and stuff like that. And to be honest, I don't think that's too bad. It was in a live stream that required you to verify your age as 18, so of legal age, whatever country you're in. So if people click on the yes I'm 18 button and then subsequently offended by that, it's their own fault, and there's nothing too wrong with that. But the main bit of controversy was the billionaire host of this event claimed that he was going to live stream an assisted suicide of a man in Ukraine and give the profits to the guy who's killing himself's family, and that touched a raw nerve in, I think, most of the people involved in the event. And I know Woody's dropped out, I think Wings of Redemption's dropped out, I think White Boy's dropped out of this event because of that claim. And it turned out that I think the guy was called Algae. It was a hoax. It was just a publicity stunt, but I think it was a publicity stunt that went drastically wrong, and it really disturbed quite a lot of people. I mean, to claim that you're going to live stream an assisted suicide is bad enough, but then to claim you're doing it for the profit of the guy's family is a little bit well, it's incredibly dodgy, and I think people are dropping out in droves because of that. Now, I'll take you back to Muzzafuzzer again. He was originally going to enter this event but couldn't because of his travel schedule, and he said that he was actually thrilled that he didn't get involved in the event because it's turned, and that is absolutely ridiculous there, how did that guy kill me, but it's turned incredibly shady, and I agree it has turned a little bit shady, but the basic principle's a good thing. I mean, I think it's right that the YouTube commentators get together, play against each other in like a competitive environment, but a friendly environment, and find out who's the best and play for prize money, because it's a nice, it's a different change up, it's something new, it's something exciting, and it's the next evolution of YouTube, I think. But when it's marred in such controversy and such a horrible, I don't know, horrible image, really, it shouldn't be done, and I think YouTube commentators have made the right decision to drop out. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the commentary, guys. Unfortunately it's not the most entertaining topics to talk. Well, they are quite entertaining topics to talk about, but unfortunately they're not the happiest topics to talk about. But I thought they were topics that people should know and deserve to know about. And if I inform one person who didn't know about it before, I've done a decent job today. But the gameplay's coming to the end. It's a very, very tight domination game, as you can see, and we come charging back at the end to win it. I think the final score was 200 to 197. I know I went 38 and 12, I think, with the Olympia, and got a collateral Olympia shot, which wasn't too bad. So if you enjoyed the video, please rate and comment as always. Leave a comment what you think about the YouTube bumping, and I'll have another video up for you this week. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.